We live in a world where everyday life is full of constant communication via technology and social media, right?
Oh my goodness.
But finding the right balance of connectivity on and off our phones can be a little bit tricky these days, wouldn't you say, Larissa?
Oh yeah.
So today, psychiatrist Dr. Vania Manipad is here to share ways we can create and maintain meaningful connections in this sort of digital Wild West, wouldn't you call it?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us, Doctor. Now, you say that the way that we have connected and we continue to connect on social media and on the internet has really changed the face of our current real relationships, one-to-one. How so? What's going on?
Well, social networks are great at connecting us with old classmates, friends of friends, people we've lost contact with over time. However, I do want to emphasize, like, those types of connections are a lot more passive and fleeting. We are constantly inundated in our day-to-day lives with texts, likes, and posts that it truly leaves us desiring a lot more authenticity in our lives.
Now, you actually partnered with Hallmark to kind of dive deep and see how people really connect to each other. And I really want to know, what exactly did you learn? Because I can only imagine.
Well, I love the study that Hallmark conducted because it really showed us the positive impact of more authentic connections with people. And also it showed that greeting cards provide a meaningful touch point. Now, this is important because meaningful connections are such a critical component of our mental health.
Right.
And these days, like I mentioned, like, we're inundated with all these digital interactions, these 24-hour news feeds, which really bombards us with all this bad and upsetting news.
Negativity. It can also, social media is great, but at the same time, it can make you feel really bad.
Yes.
Exactly. So yes, there are positive benefits, of course, and there's negative benefits as well. But I want people to know that we can overcome this type of fatigue by strengthening human connections. And one thing I want to say that the Hallmark study found was that by receiving a greeting card, it really had a meaningful impact on people, more so than when they receive one on holidays or birthdays.
You mean just because card?
Yes, what we talk about here all the time. And I love this initiative. I love our Just Because cards. Just because.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well,
and it's so true. You get a card in the mail, unexpected.
Right.
Not because it's a holiday, not because it's your birthday, and it really, truly makes you feel loved.
It is like a hug.
It's
like receiving a hug in the
hug.
mail.
And something about putting pen to paper can never be replicated. You know, sending a text, especially in shorthand these days, or a like, just isn't the same than receiving a piece of paper. It never will be. It's something is so wonderful about that. You also have some other really great ways to help us reconnect with our network of friends who, not our friends online, our friends in real life, like right here. What are those?
Yeah, so there are other ways that we can connect with people beyond cards. So of course I love receiving a greeting card in the mail, why not? Some examples include, inviting someone out to lunch and going on a walk with a neighbor, and hey, why not pick up your phone?
I know, imagine
That's something
and actually make a call and connect with someone, catch up with them.
It's so funny. I've realized I never make calls anymore because I'm always texting. I'm trying to make a point to dial a phone number and actually talk to somebody.
And people will say, oh, did you talk to that person today? And you say, yeah, but the truth is you didn't talk.
No,
you texted.
no.
But it means the same thing these days.
Nowadays it does. And speaking of that, I'm trying to get a little better with this and scale back on social media and use my do not disturb button a little bit more on my phone. How do you recommend people kind of get a little bit more balance in their life?
Well, great question, because something that I'm always emphasizing is the importance of setting boundaries. And that could be something as simple as having a simple set of rules, like I have a rule, no phone at the dinner table or when I'm out with somebody, or a part of it is also really being conscious of our own behaviors with our phones. So set a limit, how much time you want to spend on the phone daily, and monitor it each time. Because you'll find that there's a difference, because most of us don't know how long we're on the phone.
Well, your phone tells you.
Now it tells you.
My
Never used to do that.
And it's when it does tell you, you suddenly say, oh my gosh.
4 hours in one day. It's like, okay.
And unless it's for work, because yes, a lot of us and a lot of people at home have to use our telephones because it's now become our tiny computer, whether it's for emails or, getting back to people at work through text. But a lot of times it's spent simply just scrolling and tapping, double tapping. And that can take away from the real important things in life, like you were just mentioning, which brings me to the most important thing in parents' lives, and those are our children. How in the world in this day and age, do we introduce social media in a healthy way to our children? Because the truth is, you can't keep them from it. If you can try,
it's not
but
going anywhere.
Yeah. So how do we introduce it, but make it healthy and not make it, because it could be bullying as well.
Yes. So yeah, social media is here to stay. So we have to find a healthy balance between it all. So as parents, it's really important that in addition to setting boundaries, like for example, when we're out with our families at events, like take pictures in the very beginning of the event and put your phone away so that you're a lot more present during the event. So in addition to those boundaries, we have to really engage more with our kids and show that there's ways to connect with them off screen, offline, away from digital interactions. It's important that we model good behavior and not be on our phone all the time, but also educate them and show, yes, there's positive ways social media can be used, but also negative ways it can be used, right? So finally, I just want to say that if we model that type of good behavior, we are setting an example for them because we're practicing what we preach, and they'll follow by example.
Right. So we have to be the example. Exactly
Yes.
right. Thank you so much, Doctor. So much great information. Thank you for joining us. And for more info on the doctor, you can follow her social media, of all things, at Freud and Fashion. Or you know what? Better yet, you can just send her a Just Because card because it's more meaningful. A better way to connect.
I love that.